What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Pullback Effect channel. This is another edition of Predicting the Markets, and what we're going to be reviewing is the GBP AUD pair that we've been calling out on a 300 pip bull run and a 600 pip bear run. Okay, so you guys been following my weekly Forex analysis that I've posted 4 volumes of it, right? We have volume 1, volume 2, volume 3, and volume 4. So what these vertical lines are here are each date that I've posted a video. I'm going to be summarizing just the GBP AUD analysis that I've been giving out on this video. And pretty much what I did, I edited it out and compressed it all together so you guys could see all this movement that I've been calling throughout pretty much the last 2 months now. Since our first day that we started was July 12th, July 11th, around there. It was on a Sunday when our first time that we met here on YouTube with the weekly analysis. So since July 11th, July 12th, around those dates was our first weekly analysis. We've been calling higher moves to these 2 price levels, which is the 1.88 big figure and the 1.8860 level as well, right? So as we started there, we called that level and we hit it pretty much the day after we created, or I posted the volume 3 of our weekly analysis. We pretty much hit it the next day, right? And the last time that we met was August 19th, which as well, that's when I pretty much called this reversal down. So I'm just going to take you down to the lower time frames. That way you guys could come back to this time stamp and see exactly what I've been calling out on our weekly analysis, right? So on our first week, you'll see that since we opened in the market, I said that we were most likely going to retrace a little bit lower, possibly not take this low, but if we did not want to see price come back lower than this consolidation. If not, we would not be bullish anymore and will not have this as a target. So what's important here is that each week I outline and tell you guys what the market should do and what invalidates that that bias or that analysis, right? So you guys could start tuning in each time I post a video, and that way it could help you out in your trading. And just putting this new edition on, since I haven't really uploaded any predicting the markets editions, but I'm also posting it up so you guys could see how precise we can be with our analysis, right? So the first week I mentioned about that, possibly not taking this low, but if we did, we wouldn't want to see this consolidation be taken out. As you guys could see that week, we pretty much just consolidated, not really did much, but we did pop a little bit higher than taking this low out. So we did not take that low out. We did consolidate. We came up a little bit more than what we opened that same week. And then about the next week or two, came back on with you guys. And I also mentioned that I did not want to see price retrace lower. I believe I've mentioned lower than this low, right? And if not, you guys will see the recordings right now after I'm done explaining what I have been explaining on our weekly analysis for this pair. So we did not take that low out. If we did, was not going to be looking for this objectives anymore. But since we didn't, we could see how price just also, I mean, it was a really frustrating month for July on this pair because it only was consolidating, but at the same time, it was actually moving higher to where I was expecting it to go to. And afterwards, we have this this day here on July 26th was our volume 3 recording right on July 26th. And what I said is that we were most likely going to see these levels hit that same week, which we actually did the very next day, right? We were trading on this candle on our analysis, our weekly analysis, and the very next candle was the one that actually slammed into our levels here. So you guys can see the levels of positions that we have and how we're able to describe how the market should be able to trade to those levels. So after this video, I did not make another video until August 19th, right? This is a pair I've been outlining with you guys since the beginning, and it's actually a pair that you guys chose. I don't really even trade this pair. I haven't actually even placed an entry on all this analysis I've been calling, because it's not the pair that I trade, but I'm gladly to share my insights on whichever pair that you guys would like me to analyze. So, which brings me to, if you do want to give me a suggestion or give me a pair that you want my insight about, make sure you post that pair on the comments of this video, and I'll be sure to talk about each and every pair that you guys comment on this video, okay? So moving on, like I said, July 26th predicted that level to hit that same week, which it did the next day. And on August 19th, which was on this candle here, I talked about that we were most likely going to see a reversal around this area, and that we were most likely also, we were going to see a faster movement back down to where we started than what we had on the way up. So in other words, I was expecting to get back to this level right before, not right before, but a lot faster than what we made it up. And as you guys can see, since the day we started, it took about 28 trading days, or 38 calendar days. So about 2 months and a half for this whole move up. And it only took 14 calendar days, or 2 weeks, for the move down. Okay, so like I said, you guys will see that on the next video clip, where I'll be leaving here for you guys to watch on how I've been calling these movements higher. Before I go though, I don't think I'm going to be doing a video this week. I might do it until next week, probably this upcoming Tuesday or next Tuesday. So do put the comments on what pairs you want me to analyze. But before I leave, I do want to just give a little small insight on GPAUD, okay? So GPAUD, on our last video, I mentioned that we were possibly going to come all the way down to these lows in here. But since it really had this level, since it respected it a lot, or quite good, I think we've actually just made a retracement, and we might end up going even higher. So I have these blue levels marked here, and actually on the last video on the volume 4 weekly analysis, I talked about this level, but I thought that I had talked about this level before on the YouTube series. When I checked the previous recordings, I've seen that I actually did not talk about this level on our YouTube series, and I was only talking about it on our mentorship, or not our mentorship, but our signals group. So I'm just going to add that level there for what I'm about to explain here. And what I'm thinking that GPAUD, I think I'm strongly bullish again. Okay, we might see a small retracement down into the 86.96 level to continue on going higher. But if it trades lower and keeps on trading lower and breaks this low here, then we're most likely going to do what I've actually have been explaining. But I believe we might not. We might either see a consolidation inside of these two levels, these blue levels that I have here, or I strongly recline into going back into a bullish sentiment for GPAUD. Okay, what validates that bullish sentiment? Like I said, if we do retrace down into this level here, it could possibly come a little bit lower. Just don't want to see this low be taken out. If we take out this low and close below this low, we're definitely going lower. But if we take out this low and possibly reject still, we will or might still see higher objectives to possibly somewhere around that consolidation that we see here. So, I mean, it's still a long ways up there, but we'll touch back into that to a more specific level once price starts trading up there, if it ever does. So that's pretty much what validates the run all the way up there, or to start seeing bullish move, is if we don't lose this low. I don't want to see this low being taken out for price to keep on heading higher. If we do take out that low, then I'm going to go back to my bearish analysis and expecting these equal lows to be taken out. But for now, I think I'm switching my bias back to bullish. Like I said, I don't want to see it retrace too much into these lows, possibly just into this white level 1.87 big figure down to 1.86. We'll round it up to 86.50 mid-level, mid-figure. Okay, so that's as much as I want to see it retrace. It might not even retrace. It might just keep on heading higher and take out this high here that we made on our recording on the after the 19th on the 20th here. Okay, so I just want to touch into that. If we do close above this blue line, then that's even more bullish to me that we're going to keep on heading higher. So that's all I wanted to add in this analysis before I see you guys again next week on our weekly analysis. So with that said, I'm going to leave you guys with the small clip of the GPAUD that we've been outlining with, which is, like I mentioned, a 300 pip move since we started all the way to the level that we called, which was 88.60, right on this level, about 320 pips, and about 600 pips since we called the reversal here on the high, coming down to the low, roughly about 600 pip. So big 300 pip move to the upside, and a really big 600 pip move on the downside in just 2 weeks, guys. That was amazing. So we'll see if we have more upside. If we do, I mean, this is going to be larger than the 600 pip move, because if we start really going bullish, this is going to be a really big intermediate term low, meaning that we're probably not going to head down to take out this low for a very long time if we continue seeing bullish bias on GPAUD. So with that said, hope you have a nice week, and I'll see you guys until next time.
On to our Instagram suggestions. We'll go ahead and stick to the Forex market still with GPAUD. And with this pair, I also want to see it head up to the upside. As you guys can see, we actually opened up with the gap up. We already came down and pretty much closed in the gap and rallied away from it. So I don't really want to see that low being taken out anymore. If we do take out the low from this 4-hour candle, which is a market opening candle, we might see a drop down into the 1.8450 level and possibly test this down candle. If we start heading down under 38.80, we might see these equal lows being taken out and these lows as well. But I want to stay bullish with this pair. I really don't want to see much of a retracement. I want to see it head up all the way for an objective of 1.88 big figure level. Okay, we round it down to the 0 levels. That's pretty much the objective that I want to forecast for this week. We might go all the way up to 88.60 or so. With, again, not much of retracements. I want to see this pair really start having some bullish momentum to the upside. Then again, if we do take out this high, right, we have quite a momentum to the upside. Then we might see a major retracement, taking out this low for liquidity, and then just heading up higher. But right now, I'd rather see this high being taken out before this low is taken out. After this high is taken out, then we might see this low be taken out to have a further continuation to the upside. But do not want to see a lot of retracement down. If we do close below this area in here, which you guys can see, it's kind of a consolidation around there. If we exclude this down movement, we do start coming under that, then like I said, we'll see these lows being taken out and probably these equal lows as well.
We also looked at GPAUD, which GPAUD, we did see what I was expecting. We gapped up, we came down in the gap, and I said that that should act as resistance, which we did around the whole week. I mean, last week was really a really ugly week since we mainly just consolidated, but we did see some upside on GPAUD, right? We hit our first level here, which is the high over here on the left side that we see right there. We still have this area for objectives on the upside to CGPAUD reach. So we could still reach that this week. If we end up closing below these lows, below this consolidation here, then we might shift to a bearish structure and might see this low being taken out and probably these equal lows getting attacked as well. But for now, I'd still want to see some bullishness, although we could reverse. So just be careful with this market. I mean, we're still kind of in a consolidation. It's not really moving, but I would like to see the 1.88 big figure level up here to be tapped. Although we could see a reversal, like I mentioned, since we already did take it a high. But since I did not see that much down movement, I would still expect these objectives to meet, right? Unless if then again we break market structure by taking out this low here. And I'll just close off lastly with GPAUD. Just a small mention that we've been calling it to go higher since 2 weeks ago. I mean, the first week consolidated, the next week also had a consolidation, and barely this week on Monday we had a nice pop up to the upside. So we've been calling GPAUD higher up to these levels. We'll see if we get there this week. We probably should, since most GP pairs look to be quite bullish at the moment.
Now for GPAUD, I've been talking about this pair since the beginning of our weekly volume analysis, and I've been calling this level since then, which we just barely hit it a couple days ago. Pretty much, I'm outlining how I've been calling that level since that consolidation around this area in here, and it's been just slowly drifting its way up to the level that I called. It kind of went higher. I mean, that's okay. Doesn't really matter to me if it goes higher. Just matters to me if I actually was right in the level that I was calling for it to get there, which you guys can see it did. We might see it go higher, but what I'm really expecting for GPAUD is a possible reversal, and I'll probably go out to the weekly timeframes, I believe, in a little bit and show you guys where I would rather not see it go all the way up to for me to have that reversal idea. Okay, so yeah, it's about 1.95. I think I outlined it in a little. I don't want to see it go all the way up there. Okay, I just want to see it kind of around this area where it's at right now, top, start breaking down. If next week's candle actually breaks this weekly low and closes under that, then that's going to be just a stronger confirmation to me that we're going to head down to this liquidity down here. There's a lot of sell side liquidity under these lows. So all this is just a manipulation move to get retail traders thinking it's going to start going higher. And I really expect the downside movement to be a lot faster than all this upside movement. So we'll see if we get that for GPAUD by the start of next week or next month. Okay, but just take in mind that we should possibly see some reversal signals.